morning. It is a beautiful day. How was your meditation this morning? Today, I would like to talk about the Dharma of resting in the Danjeon. When we start meditating, we always guide our consciousness and breathing to focus on the Danjeon in the lower abdomen. Is there anyone who has never heard about Danjeon? Okay. The word Danjeon in Korean, Danjeon in Chinese, literally means red field. In scripture, it is translated as elixir field and is simply called energy center. The Dharma of resting the mind or awareness in the Danjeon is a characteristic of seated meditation in Won Buddhism. Venerable Sotaesan, the founding master of Won Buddhism, addressed the congregation attending a meditation retreat. In recent years, various lineages in the Zen school have been debating the relative merits of different meditation techniques. Of these, I have adopted the Dharma of resting in the Danjeon and have instructed you to focus exclusively on its cultivation during the cultivation period. Then he talked about the need for resting in the Danjeon. If you rest the mind in either the head or an external object, the thought will be stirred and the energy will arise, making it difficult to calm the mind. If you rest the mind or concentrate your mind in the Danjeon, thoughts and energy will naturally calm down. Moreover, resting in the Danjeon is important, not only in seated meditation, but it is also an extremely important technique for physical health. If you rest the mind in the Danjeon and swallow plenty of saliva that wells from the jade pool under the tongue, then the water and fire energies come into harmony. As a result, the suffering and illness in the body will decrease. Also, the face becomes smooth and shiny. The fundamental energy becomes replete, and the mental elixir results. This protects one's lifespan. This method serves a dual purpose by perfecting both meditative absorption and physical health. Our founding master clearly explained how meditating in the Danjeon benefits our spiritual growth and our physical well-being. The philosophy of Oriental medicine defines health as state of harmonized balance between one's physical and mental body. Physical and mental are not separated by nature. They are one and the same. Through meditation practice, we experience the interconnectedness of mind, body, and energy. Now, I would like to say more about the meaning of Danjeon. The origin of Danjeon is found in an ancient Oriental medical book called The Yellow Emperor's Canon of Internal Medicine. It says, the source of life resides between the two kidneys and is the source of all energy for all the organs. Also, it is the root of the 12 meridians. It is the life gate of breathing. This signifies the Danjeon as the primary energy center in the human body. The Taoist view of Danjeon was included in the theory of Oriental medicine. The Taoists say there are three Danjeons: the upper, the middle, and the lower. The upper Danjeon is located between the eyebrows, inside the brain, and the middle Danjeon is in the center of the chest, in the heart. The lower Danjeon is in below the navel. Most internal organs are involved. When we say Danjeon, we refer to this lower Danjeon. Let us now focus on the lower Danjeon. The lower Danjeon is considered the wellspring of human energy and the residence of original qi, which has been converted from original essence passed down through our ancestors. As you already know, qi means vital energy or life force. I would like to share an interesting story that I learned in acupuncture school. It is a story about how acupuncture meridians are formed. When we are in the mother's womb, we have our jing, which is the essence or a source of life. This comes from our parents, and the nourishment comes from our mother. When we take our first breath, we are no longer dependent on our mother for either nourishment or energy circulation. When we are born, we swallow the mud pill. The mud pill is a metaphor for qing, our essence, and its initial circulation in our body. We begin to take the first external source of qi all on our own. This energy moves through the triple burner pathway, which travels downward spiral like this, from the collarbone to the navel. The triple burner or triple energizer is believed to be a body cavity of some kind which can influence our organs and overall health, mainly through the free movement of qi. The energy lands between the kidneys. The kidneys, using their inherent will to survive, grasp it. The jing essence is then stored in the kidneys from then on. The great qi from the air can now ignite the life gate, the fire of the kidney yang, called moving qi of the kidneys. The kidney energy then spread to areas where it is deposited in a tree of life pattern. After the energy arrives at these points, it travels to the meridians. The points now are used as acupuncture points where the energy has accumulated. The place where ignition happens is now understood as Danjeon. Reverend Son, an experienced acupuncturist and a minister of Won Buddhism, said, "As a tree has a root, Danjeon is a root of a human being. There is also a woman's uterus and a man's essence in the location of the Danjeon. The deep-rooted tree is unmoved by the wind, so you have to keep your Danjeon safe and nourish it well." Human anatomy and in modern medicine shows us that the greatest blood flow occurs at the point where the aorta, reaching out of the heart, splits into the arteries of both legs. The junction is at the navel. This supports the idea from Oriental medicine that there is abundant qi and blood in the location of the Danjeon. However, Danjeon is invisible. You cannot see it. It cannot be showed through X-ray, CAT scan, or any other technology. You only will feel it through your practice. Let us talk about the location of the Danjeon. I think everyone already knows it. Can anyone tell me where Danjeon is located? Yeah, below the navel. Okay, let's see. The theory of location of Danjeon is actually so diverse. It can be difficult to define. Master Sotaesan mentioned Kihe Danjeon in earlier scripture in Won Buddhism. Kihe means sea of chi, a name of acupuncture point located about 3 fingers below the navel, on the vertical midline of the front body. Its name implies that this point is the storage of one's vital energy. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, this lower abdomen around this, and it's the bigger picture. This is the navel and the lower part. Alan said 3 fingers below the navel. So we put the finger 3 and then below the navel around that line. Below the ring finger will be the point. He had the sea of chi acupuncture point. Okay, actually we can practice now. So you can use your one finger, point your belly button, and the other 3 finger, put together your 3 finger, and place below your index finger, below the navel. And then you pull out your index finger and follow the midline and right below your ring finger. This is approximately the place of Danjeon. At first, the depth of Danjeon is near the surface. So we use the point below the navel, 3 fingers below the navel. But as your practice progresses, it becomes deeper and is felt in the center of the body, the midpoint between the belly and the back. This is lower Danjeon. You will feel the depth of Danjeon as your practice progresses. You will feel in the center of your body. But we start with focus, the surface of the Danjeon in the beginning. It's easy to focus the one spot. That's why we locate the Danjeon in the beginning. Master Daesan, the third head Dharma master, asked a disciple, "Where is the center in a human being?" The disciple answered, "That is the mind." Master Daesan said, "On the whole, the mind is the center. In the body, Danjeon is the center. There is cramping because the center fluctuates. When the center is stabilized, you feel at ease." He said, if you put your deluded mind in the Danjeon, your mind becomes pure and restores your Buddha nature. It is like tainted clothing becomes clean and white in the laundry machine. Now, I would like to suggest important tips for strengthening your Danjeon in everyday life. Exercise. Exercise is essential for strengthening your body. It energizes and it relaxes your mind as well. Sweating periodically and properly is good for your health and meditation. As you get older, your body ages. Your bones become harder and less flexible. Exercise increases muscle strength. It regulates blood flow and thereby balances the body. Tai Chi, Qigong, or yoga practice is helpful to strengthen your Danjeon. This exercise balances the body, mind, and energy as you focus on the Danjeon during the movement. I will share a simple 2 exercises that I am practicing. You can follow me. The first one is tapping the Danjeon. Hold your hand lightly like this, and then tap your Danjeon gently, just tapping gently. I usually do this exercise before morning meditation. This exercise helps me wake up and prepare for meditation. I count about 200 times, but you can do as much as you can. Very gentle tapping. And then put your hand together like this and place your hands on the Danjeon and close your eyes. As the warm energy of both your palm and the Danjeon circulate between each other, gradually you will feel heat sensation and concentration of your mind becomes easier. When the Danjeon warms up, your health improves and immunity increases. Do you feel warm energy? Okay. Now you can open your eyes. There is another one that is tightening the muscles surrounding the anus. You can try to tighten these sphincter muscles 3 times a day while sitting on a chair and or working. When you sit in the right posture and straighten your back and then contract the sphincter, your lower abdomen becomes energized. Whenever you have free time, exercise these muscles as let your Danjeon become stronger. 3 times a day is good enough. Second, smile. Your emotions affect your Danjeon. When you are angry or irritated, the Danjeon is closed. When you smile, the Danjeon is open. Imagine an angry person's face, red face, eyebrows elevated, the shoulders are tense, and all the muscles of the body tight. Now, when you smile, your face is peaceful, your eyebrow round, your shoulder relaxed, and all the muscles of your body relax. Do you know how many times a day a baby laughs? Kara, do you know how many times? 100 times. Yeah, it is said 400 times. For this reason, a baby lives with Danjeon open and strong. How about the adult? How many times do you smile or laugh during the day? Okay. They smile only 6 times a day. Yeah, it is said. Like hopefully they laugh more times. Anger burns up most of the energy in your Danjeon. When you get angry, you lose your energy. However, when anger arises and you notice it, you can let it go. So take 3 deep breaths. That will help. Then you will use less energy and build energy for your mind. Third is chanting. Chanting is an effective way to strengthen your Danjeon. Did you know that? The merits of chanting are identical to those of seated meditation. Chanting and seated meditation are regarded as 2 sides of the same coin. When you chant, concentrate on each phrase of chanting and listen to your voice. The voice of chanting should be coming from your Danjeon. Not too loud, not too soft. Chant in your normal voice. If you listen to the sound of chanting, observe whether it is coming from Danjeon and not from your throat. The voices that come from the Danjeon are deep and stable. On the other hand, the voice coming from the top of the throat feels light. You might feel tired after chanting. If your chanting voice comes from the Danjeon becomes strong. It is helpful to focus on the Danjeon during the meditation afterward. Finally, Danjeon breathing practice, lying down, is easy. It is easier for beginners to check their Danjeon practice lying down. If you place a book on the lower abdomen, it is easy to feel the Danjeon as you breathe. When you breathe in, the book will rise and your Danjeon expands. And when you breathe out, it will fall and your Danjeon contracts. If you feel drowsy while practicing in the lying down position, sit up. Seated meditation should be balanced between being alert and being calm. In the end, train yourself in the sitting position. When your meditation goes well, clear saliva comes out in the mouth. You feel warm energy in your Danjeon, in the lower abdomen. Water energy and fire energy, in other words, yin and yang energy, become harmonized. Your mind also becomes calm, free from attachment and discrimination. This is the moment when your Buddha nature is restored. As your practice continues, your Buddha nature is nourished and maintained during your daily life. So let us practice and practice and practice. Thank you.
Thank you, Nagyumun-nim. It was a very helpful guide to deepen our meditation practice. Thank you. So are you aware of your Danjeon now? Let's keep practicing. Okay, turn to page 4. Let us recite these